They framed him years ago. Now he's back, and the town of Red Creek feels it before it understands it. Some silences are heavier than gunfire, and this one settles the moment he steps off the dirt road, dust on his boots and history in his eyes. His name is Ethan Hawley, a name once spoken with respect, later cursed in whispers after a murder he did not commit turned him into a ghost, driven out by fear and lies. As he walks past the same wooden buildings that watched him leave in chains, memories rise like heat from the ground. The sheriff's badge that looked away, the preacher who spoke of forgiveness but signed the accusation, the men who needed a scapegoat to protect their land grab. Ethan remembers it all. He remembers how the truth died quietly because lies were easier to live with. And that lie was heavier than exile, heavier than hunger, heavier than the years Ethan spent surviving as a hired gun and ranch hand across unforgiving lands. When the town sees him, doors close. Hands hover near holsters, eyes burn with unfinished business, because a buried truth is safe only when it stays buried. And Ethan threatens that without firing a single shot. He rents a broken-down shack at the edge of town, keeps his head down, and works where work is offered, fixing fences, hauling water, sighing little but watching everything. The boy watches him too, a quiet child with Ethan's eyes and his mother's courage, torn between what he's been told and what he feels. Slowly, through small acts and silent protection, Dow begins to crack the lie the town built, because lies are loud, but truth is patient. And the men who framed Ethan feel it first. The ranch owners who took land through blood and false witness, now respected pillars of Red Creek, they meet at night. They decide Ethan must leave again, or disappear for good, because the past cannot speak if the man carrying it is gone. The pressure comes disguised as warnings, a sermon about God's judgment, a sheriff's threat wrapped in law, a fire set too close to the stable where the boy works. And that is when Ethos stops walking quietly, because some lines cannot be crossed without an answer. On a sun-bleached afternoon, he walks into the center of town where everyone can see him, and he speaks, not loudly, not angrily, but clearly. He names the night of the murder, the real killers, the land deed that changed hands the next morning, the witness paid to lie, the badge that chose silence, and each word lands like a hammer because it fits too well to be false. The town feels something it hasn't felt in years. Doubt, because truth has a weight that lies cannot imitate. When guns finally come into play, it is chaos born of fear, not justice. But the truth has already moved faster than bullets. Men turn on each other. The sheriff hesitates. The preacher lowers his eyes, and the boy steps forward, standing beside Ethan, not as a son defending a father, but as a human choosing truth over comfort. In that moment, the lie collapses. Arrests follow, names fall, power shifts, and Red Creek is left, exposed and ashamed. Ethan, who once left in chains and curses, stands free under an open sky, not healed, not whole, but honest. When asked why he came back, knowing the danger, he answers with the only truth that matters. A man can live without a home, without peace, even without justice, but he cannot live knowing his child inherited a lie. As the town watches him walk away again, this time with his son beside him, they understand too late that some men don't return to destroy a town. They return to give it one last chance to face itself. The road stretches ahead, uncertain but clean, and Ethan Hawley keeps walking, not because he is running, but because the truth no longer needs him to stay. If this story held you to the end, subscribe to Wild Tales Storytelling, like the video, and comment your thoughts below, because the next cinematic American story is already waiting for you.